Hey everybody, it's March 3rd, 2022. I feel like I need to make a video just because there's so much going on right now. There's a whole lot at play. War, talk of war, spread of war, nuclear annihilation. When I was a child, in school we had to do drills for the missiles are coming in. It was terrible. It occupied my consciousness, the thought of at any moment missiles could come raining down on the whole of America. And then at the same time, America would shoot missiles at, and then eventually would ruin the whole world. This is what I, as a child, grew up with. And it went away. There was something that we called mutually assured destruction, where we came to realize that if we did what we thought we could get away with, we couldn't, because the other side would. So it became assured that the use of them would be ridiculous and then obsolete. Yet we kept a hold of them. But anyway, that's just to give a little reference to what we're going through right now, or we should be thinking about right now. But there's been a turning point. I can't be sure. I am no yogi. I am only my own self-made philosopher. I've studied briefly many different aspects of spirituality, religions, but most of my information comes just from what I've gathered in my interactions with the world as it presents itself to me, which might be different as it presents itself to you, but as it presents itself to me, I came to a lot of understandings that most people don't have. Sometimes I feel alone because of the depth of my consciousness, maybe. The depth of my consciousness is so much deeper than everyone else's. Sounds like I'm complaining. So happy to have been blessed by some kind of creator brought me here to experience this, to witness what's going on, to absorb it, to profoundly change myself from my experiences. I think is my ultimate life goal in this life, in this world of where I have blood in me. I think I should admit that eventually I won't have blood in me, but I will still be. Not so much I, but I will be somehow. It's a mystery, a beautiful mystery. People that deny themselves the idea of it, I can't understand how they could even go on with life. Their consciousness seems to be, well, it's part of what's going on. The threat of war, talk of war, the pestilence, the man-made pestilence of COVID. Don't let anybody, don't, I guess I don't like to say research for yourself when I know that answers won't be, you'll have trouble finding them because all the keys of things are hidden from you. If they're important keys, they hide them. Right now, there's a war on your consciousness. This little device that I'm talking to is part of it. It's part of the weaponry. It has the opportunity to enlighten, for sure. But at the same time, it can be misused. And that's what's going on now. People's consciousness is it's under attack. It's actually more like a insurgency of types where many actors are vying for control of your consciousness. It's not a mystery. I'm not stating something that's not pretty much known. I mean, everything is about hits, likes, followers. That's what we're good at. But we tend to follow the wrong people because people are not. Oh, how to get through it, how to comfort those with what's approaching us. I hate to be a bearer of bad news, terrible things, but the vaccine, the virus, the future is not bright. The vaccine will cause death. Way more death from the vaccine than what they initially planned to do with the release of a virus. The virus was supposed to be much more deadly. It wasn't. So they made a vaccine. Oh, let's just do a little thought experiment. Let's imagine that everyone who took the vaccine was doomed to death within the next 10 years. 5 years, they all start developing cancers. And one by billions, those that weren't vaccinated have to bury the dead and rebuild because the infrastructure will be too large for a small contingent of people. This is the power play. I'm going to just break it down because it's already, if you know enough, you already know the power play. But the power play is to depopulate while the powerful remain in control of all the technologies. The people, they don't give a shit about us, the working class. They're going to need to run the factories, to run the electricity, to man the things that have to be done. But they'll be able to control us better because they'll have all the technology. It wouldn't take long if you were denied technology and education for you to become illiterate in a short period of time. Like a reboot. But that's not going to happen for them. That's just what their goal is. It will go pretty far before a cosmic event, a great cosmic event a wonderful cosmic event, a devastating cosmic event, a cosmic event of no equal. And it will destroy everything. Unless you have found yourself to be a follower. Who to follow? Because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to come at you. They're going to want you to follow them. They're going to tell you that they have the information you need. There's only one to follow. In our time, in our, what would you call this? Our penultimate point in our evolution, at this cycle of our human span. Because we've been here before. Thousands of times. Human beings have been here before, facing these same things. Refusing to believe the past. Fact has become myth. The youth today, I mean, I'm sure I had this a little bit in me too, but from what I see, with all the smart technology you have and all the information you're able to attain, to think that you can just throw away history, or that history doesn't matter because they thought differently. Man, I'm going to tell you something. You stand on top of a mountain of dead that brought you, that elevated you to this point, this plateau that you stand upon is a mountain of dead, starting with your great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents, down the line. To deny any information that they might have gathered because it's, well, a lot of it's been hidden. I'm not going to deny it. There's been the churches of the world, mostly the Roman Catholic Church, of which I was a part of. And thank God that I learned Jesus' teachings and Jesus' writings, because it allowed me at a young age to see that the world is pretty screwed up. Even in second grade, I had troubles with the priest because I told the priest, whenever I got to sit on his lap after the sacrament of maybe communion, I got to ask him a question, and we had a little conversation. He asked me what I was going to do with my knowledge, my religious whatever, where I was going with it. And I told him that I wanted to do what Jesus did. And he's like, yes, go on. And I said, I want to start a religion and get a bunch of followers who believe the true word of Jesus, and start a new religion. And I got chastised. I was second grade. I didn't understand what I had just done wrong. But I knew that the Catholic Church wasn't. They read out of the Bible and the words are in there, yet they don't practice what they preach. awful. I can remember almost feeling scared in the Catholic Church too, especially if you went into a real opulent one. Like, what is it? Why do I have all these stone statues, glass, colored glass designs and windows, and there was an eeriness to it. And then they pump out incense, create a, not that to create such an environment couldn't be beneficial to your spirituality, but it was more of a, well, they're not following the preachings of Jesus Christ to the core, so anything that comes out of that can only be partially good. Can only be partially good. I'd love to talk all night, man. There's a terrible event approaching us. Maybe. You might feel it's terrible. I already understand that I'm a part of something bigger than this. I want everybody else to know that they are too. I'm afraid a lot of people are hypnotized and lost, though. I see it every day. Everything they talk about is about something they've seen on their telephone or their Facebook feed or their TikTok video they want to show me. And I'm going to tell you what, I could care less about what you've seen on your telephone. I don't care. Tell me something you did. Show me something you did. Talk about something you're thinking about doing. I don't know, anything but that stupid phone. Don't let it control you like that. It's a device. It's a tool. It's not a tool to beat yourself over the head with. Oh my God, I have to check my phone. I'm driving down the road. I have to answer a text message. Oh, I crashed my car. I'm the frog that feels the water's hot. And I'm going to jump out of the pot. And I want you guys to come with me. This world is not, it's not forever. But everybody seems to be tied into it deeply. I hope that we can figure it out before it's too late. I don't know how much of it is set in stone because there's so many realities to what could unfold. Variables, I should say. So many variables to the reality that could unfold. Actually, all the variables have played out, but we haven't seen them play out. There's some place out there where time doesn't exist, and they can just look in here and see. We're living in it. It's some kind of cosmic joke. I just wanted to let everyone know that I got this feeling that there's a storm approaching. One with unfathomable destruction. Don't be selfish. Don't be greedy. Don't lose your humanity. Sacrifice yourself for the good of others, and good things will come. Don't love this world. This world, if you only knew what this world was, the earth itself, what it was made of. It's a carcass. It's carcasses upon carcasses. Carcasses upon carcasses. The earth started off as a flat plane. Before it gathered itself completely together, it was a mysterious, unfathomable world with trees that grew thousands of feet high, leaves as large as anything you can imagine, jumbo jet. The world was different. There were giants, huge dragons, beasts of the sea, and giant. And it all slowly fell apart. Things died and got heavier. And over time, the gravity pulled it into a sphere. So now the world is round, but eventually, in the beginning, it wasn't. Many great cataclysms have happened from the beginning until now. And this isn't the end coming up. It's only the end for us. Our cycle, I guess, would be the only way to put it. We've kind of got to keep from cussing. But we kind of screwed this cycle up. We got really close. But we fell in love with the earth and the universe and not the creator. The poor creator, he needs us to recognize all this. He's alone without us, you could say. That would be a way for us to imagine it. Because we can imagine. Missing someone, wanting the best for them, needing them on our side, needing them to come with us. So I'm going to leave you with one question. Can you leave all of your worldly possessions behind and follow? That's the question. None of yous. I don't think none of yous can do it. You're all so caught up in just, maybe I could give 10%. 10%? Maybe? Can I follow you if I give you 10%? I might. How about give up everything? Strip down to where you have nothing. I don't care if you give it to the poor or if you give it to the rich. Strip down to nothing and follow. Follow Jesus Christ. Learn about Jesus Christ. Learn what he said. It's not very hard. I mean, people read novels that are hundreds of pages long about the 50 Shades of Grey. But do you know every word that Jesus said that's been recorded? There's not many. Wouldn't fill up your tablet, your phone. Wouldn't fill it up. Only a few pages. Tremendously powerful words and thoughts that continue to morph and evolve and give new meaning. He is the answer in this cycle. Learn about what he had to say. Follow what he had to say as best you can, because times are going to get tough. When people start dying from the cancer, people will die just from the thought of what approaches. They'll know, I've been vaccinated. I'm going to get these cancers. It's coming for me. They'll wish for death and it will not come. Some will take their own life for the fear of what approaches. Sad days. Challenges bring opportunity. I love you guys.